It's Wednesday. It's a lovely day or a lovely evening. Welcome everybody to the Tardis Zone. Tardis Zone Talks. We have a great one for you. So without further ado, I'm not going to delay with big long intro. You know who's coming on. It's been absolutely brilliant having him on in the past. So it'll be great having him on here. And he's going to be showing us some good Doctor Who stuff. Trust me, I've seen a couple of photos. I have to say, very impressed. It's the one and only Timelord. How are you? It's been a long time, mate. How are you getting on? Okay, we've got silence. Are you okay? Can you hear me,
I can't hear you, no. I can't hear a thing.
Oh, you can't hear a thing. Okay. Do you want to reboot? Hold on. I'll send you a private message, mate. Right, I've sent you a private message if you could see it. There you go. Right, he's probably going to reboot, okay? But he will be back and he's going to be showing us some Doctor Who merchandise. Of course, he's been on in the past, so you know that he's a world record holder 2 times, by the way. Twice world record holder for the most Doctor Who merch. So, yeah, we will as soon as he comes on. Normally, look, this sometimes does happen with Ian. His computer does sometimes. I remember the last time we had him on, same thing. People do seem to have issues if they're not living in Ireland. It seems to happen in Scotland, especially as well. When I have people from Scotland on, the sound goes. So, UK, get your internet sorted. It says his device is not connected. Ian, you were connected there a second ago, pal. He says he still can't hear me. Isn't technology brilliant? It is. It is. I was actually looking forward to this one because, as I said, it's been a while since we had him on. It's always a pleasure seeing all of his Doctor Who stuff. While we're waiting on him to come back, don't forget though, we do have the movie stream tonight. And as far as I know, I think the thing has won. So I'll go in and have a look at the poll real quick while we're waiting on Ian to come back. Where's my phone? I think it is the thing. So hopefully we can hear him now. Right, let's bring him on. Right, Ian, can you hear me? Right. Yeah, that's a good idea, real super doctor. I'll leave a private message in. We'll see. He is trying to come back. He's tried 3 times now. So I hope he does because as I said, I've been looking forward to this myself. But I'm gonna go in very quickly while we're waiting on him and check and see what the result of the poll was. I've just sent him a message there. We'll see what he does. But yeah. Right, we'll add him and see if he can hear me. Right, Ian, can you hear me now, pal? Okay. I'm sorry about this, folks. This doesn't normally happen as much as this, but we'll just have to wait. Right, what am I checking? The poll. Right, let me see. Oh, I forgot I've actually posted a lot. Right, so the final result was this. There were 72 votes. So in last place we have Aliens. Wow, I'm actually surprised by that. In second last place we had the Poseidon Adventure. That was at 13%. Aliens got 10%, by the way. 15% we had Event Horizon and John Carpenter's The Fog, but a whopping 47% have voted for The Thing as the movie choice for tonight. So that's the movie. Let's see if we can finally hear Ian.
Hello.
Yay! How are you, pal?
I'm fine. How are you, apart from being too hot?
Oh, I tell you, but it's glorious weather, what?
It is. I don't know what happened there. I just no sound. I kept on trying and trying.
Yeah, I don't know now. Charlotte said it in the chat as well. Actually, my StreamYard looks like it's after being updated because it looks all snazzy and more. It's less clunky looking. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's StreamYard. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because what I did was I thought it was my internet because I've got like 4G and 5G, so I switched it over to 5G. That didn't do anything. So I came out of it, went into Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube, and redid the link again, and then it seemed to click.
The classic 80s fanboy says, "Don't you get a chance to check your microphone before coming in?" Yeah, but it was probably working on his end, and then when he came
It's
on,
working my end, but I couldn't hear you. I mean, I
exactly.
know you. Sorry, then you were muted before we came on. Then you came on, and the graphics were there. It's fine on the TV, fine on YouTube, but it just wouldn't connect to my end.
Yeah, that is weird. Well, look, you're here anyway. It's been a while.
It has. I can't remember the last time.
The last time we did have you on, though, you were, of course, showing us some of your Doctor Who stuff, and we were talking about merchandise in general. So let's talk about it now because it's been a few months. The state of the merchandise. I don't know what it is, but I can hear me. Have you got YouTube on in the background?
YouTube is on. Let me close it down. That's better. Is that better?
Right, Grant. I think so, yeah. Right. What I was going to say is the last time we were on, merchandise was obviously being hit hard. It's been a few months since we've heard a lot of stories. I just wanted to ask you, what kind of state is it actually in? And there's a lot.
Well, from what I know on the toy side, you can forget Miss Who because there is nothing at all planned for her era this year, as far as I know. Nothing whatsoever, because as you and I can't thank you enough for that. When you posted a few weeks ago that picture from the 2 lots of Jodie Whittaker sets that came out last year, which was Friends and Enemy of 13th Doctor, which was a Jadoon, Ryan and Yaz. And then there was another set with Ryan, Yaz and Graham in. They flopped. They sat on the shelves, and you see them. They went down to £3.
Yeah, nobody believed that though. Everybody was thinking that people are making that up, and then
I
people
was
were
called a liar. I said to
yeah.
one lie. He sent me a private message on Twitter. He says, "Where's your proof?" And I just said to him, "I said, you and I discussed this before when I told him a few things before. I'm not making it up. Honestly, I've got better things to do than say, oh, that her stuff is crap." And you go on to Eric Thompson's website, and they're still selling her figure, 5-inch figure, June at full price. We sit there for a long time before they go.
Yeah, she's not selling. We know that. Actually, the big news would be to be blasting was the fact that she wasn't put on the Doctor Who annual.
Now I'm a bit annoyed about that because I buy her annual because I've got them all except one rare 1970 Pertwee.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have that one. That's hyper rare. Yet every annual from 1966 to 86 in the classic eras has a Doctor on the cover. All the new Who ones up to the one for next year, it does not have it on. It's the only time it will not have a doctor on the cover. There are two reasons. A, because putting her on the cover, it doesn't sell.
Mm-hmm.
Or B, she's going, and I'm going to go for B. She's gone, and they don't know who's taken over, so that's why. Because it's before 2022, so if she's not going to be the doctor, then who is?
Yeah, no, she's definitely going.
Wish she'd go 5 minutes ago.
Well, she should have went 2 years ago.
Why are they dragging it out? I've been asking people, why can't they let her go this year? Why do they have to drag 2 more episodes out of her?
I think the reason why they're dragging it out is because Ian, they don't know who's going. I don't think they've got anybody for the next Doctor. According to Eddie, there's no plans beyond Series 13.
Well, yeah, my theory is, you're probably right. My theory was this. How long has she been the Doctor for?
Well, since she's been cast, what would it be? Nearly 4 years now, would it be?
Was it 17?
Someone in the chat will tell us how long since Jodie Whittaker was announced as the new Doctor, folks. How long ago was that? How many years? Because we have to get rid. It is 4 years. Yeah, we need to get rid of her now.
So yeah, this is another thing I'm thinking they're doing. Dragging her out, so to say, if she goes next year, oh look, the female Doctor was a success. She's just done 5 years when she's basically done 3 FA, because she's done what, 10? I mean, what was the first series? Was it 10 episodes? 10 episodes. That's 20. 2 specials so far. That's 22 episodes she has done.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got how many now left? How many more have we got to watch? 8, isn't it? Including the 2 specials. So was that 28 episodes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Sylvester McCoy did, I think, more than that. See, this is what they're trying to do, make out, because I did see some fans of hers tweeting, oh, well, next year means Jodie's going to be the longest Doctor. And I says, technically, Sylvester is the longest Doctor because he was 1987 to 1996. But that's just because it wasn't on the air and they didn't replace him until then. The only one is Tom Baker. He's still the reigning champion at 7 years, and she will not get that way because she's hardly done any work as well.
Yeah, she hasn't. You're right. If you put all her episodes together, she hasn't even done 2 years, for God's sake.
No.
So forget. Look, I don't be listening to those fans anyway. She won't be the longest serving Doctor. Get away out of that. By the way, there is an awful echo on my side for some weird reason, and I don't know why. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to let Ian show you what he needs to show you and stuff, and whatever else he wants to add, he can, because it's actually horrible. It's actually putting me off. I can't hear myself properly speak properly. So I'll let Ian continue on and show you what he wants to show you. So you can have stuff to show us as well.
I do. I just want to work it out again. So he came in, when was it? Peter Capaldi left 2017. So she started, her full year was 18. The 10 and 18. No, it can't be right because we didn't have. What year? Did we have any Doctor Who last year? We did, didn't we? Beginning of last year.
We made 18 months through each. It's 18 months now, it seems to be the gap between each series.
Yeah.
And we've only had 2 series and 2 specials.
2 series, there's 22.
3 specials.
8, so she's got 30, or she'll have done 30 episodes. Sylvester did 28, 38. I think he did 42.
Yeah, their thinking says that her era didn't really start until Series 11 aired in October 2018.
That's it, yes, because it's just so long. I mean,
she was announced and then we had to wait 18 months. Do you remember? Because there was a whole lot for that whole time. There was promotion. Series 11 was the biggest promotion push that they had done for her Doctor. She was on every magazine. Do you remember? She was featured on everything. She was
the billboards as well. You know, she was on those electronic billboards. Doctor Who's back and all that.
And now it gets hardly any promotion.
No, it does not. It just doesn't get anything. It's Doctor Who. A friend of mine, my best friend, used to wind me up and say Doctor Who is shit. And I said, well, you can think that. I disagree with you. Now when he says that, I say, oh, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because...
What do you think of people like Martin on the Guardian newspaper who has come out in recent times when Jodie was cast and was slagging fans like us, calling us bigots and all the sort. What do you think of his all of a sudden his U-turn now and saying in the Guardian that Doctor Who should be cancelled? What do you think of that? Because I find it quite funny that they're all jumping ship now.
Well, they do. They go with the way the wind blows. That's it. So, yeah. I mean, as I said to people, I'm not. You know this, Noel, yourself. We hate Jodie Whittaker because we don't like her doctor. We're misogynists and hate women. This crap.
Yeah.
But one thing I just want to say this about Jodie Whittaker that does still irritate me, even though it shouldn't. And she shouldn't have done this. She should have had the brains not to do this. Remember when she was announced, and just before she started, actually before the season started, she went on Twitter and she did the name and shame of all those people on Twitter that did not want her as the doctor.
Mm.
And I thought, what are you doing? That's just going to make things worse. You should have said, sorry, I won't do that. And just put in the role and done her acting, and that was it. But that made things worse.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I haven't seen this article from the Guardian, but I just can't watch it. I mean, I gave it a chance. I haven't watched that last special, but the one with Barrowman in, I refused
Oh,
to
I
watch
did.
it.
I did. I was actually very surprised. Um, I actually gave it a positive review, believe it or not. Don't
Wow.
get me wrong, it had plot holes galore, but it really did have some oh my god moments in it.
I had one big oh my god a minute that I wasn't watching it. The first Doctor Who episode that I refused to watch.
Well, do you know what, Ian? Out of all the people, I have to say that hearing that from you actually does shock me in a way because you've always tried to give this era a chance.
I did.
And you've been very open minded, more than most people, I have to say, and you've been criticized, even though you have been more open minded about it. But I agree with you. A lot of people stop off when it was the end of Series 12 and they weren't coming back. So, the question I want to ask you before we get into the fun stuff, uh, are you going to actually watch Series 13 now? Are you done now? That's
Until
it for you
I
until it's.
hear episode XYZ is her final one or two, I will watch it. Otherwise, I am, in the words of Dragon's Den, I'm out. I will not put myself through this torture. Now, I recently got in touch with a friend I hadn't seen in about 10 years.
Yeah.
And they come round, and he's a big Doctor Who fan like me. And he just said, nope, he can't stand her. He just can't stand it. But he said, like a lot of us said, what's her name? Dr. Ruth was a lot better.
Oh, yeah, but here's the thing. Uh, what I would say is, as Eddie said, and I agree with him, are we just all saying that because Jodie Whittaker has been that bad? Because if you look at Joe Martin's performance, yeah, she was more of a doctor in 2 minutes or whatever, but she's still not good enough to play the
But
doctor
I
either.
don't want her to be the Doctor.
Yeah,
No, because of her colour before someone starts. And it's not saying anyone in the chat are all like-minded, but you know what they're like, the idiots out there.
yeah.
I just say if she was cast, it would just be more justification of what Gibnall done at the end of last year. This is what he destroyed it for me. He destroyed that timeless rubbish. I will not watch. I will not justify. I will not give it credence. It's a load of bull. Until they turn around and say it was a bad dream or the master's trick, then I have no interest.
Do you think it will be? Do you think he will do that? Do you
I
think
think they
he'll?
have to because this is what I've said. No matter what you say, I mean, pick Star Wars and
Yeah,
Disney. Now, Disney made 3 modern Star Wars films I am not a fan of.
no,
I like all the others. But one thing I would say with Disney, at least they're thinking, well, listen, because they gave us The Mandalorian.
yeah,
The new animated series, they're doing The Bad Batch. going from strength to strength from strength. That's animated. They've got Kenobi coming up, which will probably be good. They've got the Book of Boba Fett. They're giving us all the stuff that we all like, all that era, for it gets to the original films. Whereas the BBC are just either ignorant or won't back down because they're not listening, they're destroying it. And at the time when they need money, they're throwing it away like they normally do. I mean, look at what they could tap into. And please don't blame the CVID thing because they could do spin-offs. There could be tons of things. Someone to write it. They've got all the classic companions. I mean, have you ever watched Noel the trailers for the Blu-ray box set?
No.
They do like a mini. They do watch them. They do like mini episodes. Like they did one for season 8, which was John Pertwee's one when Joe Grant said it. So it's her as she now. She's living with the bloke she got married to in the story in The Green Death. Now, and she takes on autons. She uses a device. It's only about, I don't know how long they are, and then there's another one where Ace is running a company, and then she gets the doctor turns up and she goes off with him. You don't see him. And then there's another one, the most recent one. It's called 24 Carat. So it's Mel doing like a Dragon's Den sort of thing. And what have you got for me today? And then this comes in, this person comes in, then one person comes in and she's looking and he's got like a hood on. Next minute he takes out the spoons and starts playing them. It's Sylvester McCoy as the Doctor in his original costume. And I'm just thinking, you could just see what they could do. They have such resources. And this is just made for the Blu-ray box sets, a small little promotion. You could just see the talent that out there. They could get all the old companions back into like a Sarah Jane style. Not the same sort of thing, but they could have investigating things like working with UNIT on Earth or something. Not part of UNIT, but, UNIT might get involved. I just think so much they could use and they just waste it.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I think there's plenty spin-off opportunities here with even with Ace. They didn't capitalize when she did that little trailer for the box set. They could have capitalized right there and then, but they chose not to. I just don't get their rationale. They've been losing money now for what, 2-3 years? I just don't get it. I don't know how it's sustainable, how they can continue to do this.
But sorry to interrupt you, Noel. I'm going to look it up for you. So if you,
it's time to look out. To pull out the series well.
Just trying to show you something if I can.
Melanie Bush,
just a second now.
Philanthropist.
If I can't, I'll just show you the.
Okay, well you can't have sound on.
No, I've got it. Not sound. I don't want sound. I just want to see if you can. If I hold the phone up, you might be able to see a picture. So I don't know if I can. I know it's going to be tricky. Hang on a second. Nope. That's supposed to be. Can't see too much of a glare if I move it away. No, but basically, if you look up, there you can kind of see him. It's the glare. There's too much glare. That's the trouble. It's called 24 Carat. Especially, I wonder if I turn down the brightness on the phone. That might work. Display and brightness all the way down. Let's go back into it. Hang on a second.
Hello. Alright, what have you got for me?
Hang on, no.
Spoons? What's so special about you?
There, can you see him now? Why have I lost sound again? I've lost sound.
Right.
Hopefully
we're back.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. And that's how he is now. But look at him in his costume.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. There is so much stuff they could use, but they don't. Waste it. The only other merchandise of her that's come out is Big Chief Studios finally released the 1/6 scale figure of her. And if you want that, it will cost you £300.
Wow.
It ain't
Wow.
worth £3 at I've seen it. On happier news, all the new
Yeah.
stuff coming out from B&M is based on. I can tell you this. I can't tell you what's in them because I'm sworn to secrecy for a few more weeks. I hope they'll be out then. But information was leaked by B&M, but based on the 60s. So you got
Oh.
William Hartnell, the Sensorites, Keys of Marinus. What other ones is there? Then you've got two Dalek boxes, Power of the Daleks and Day of the Daleks. Those four are coming out very soon.
We were actually, do you believe it or not, you've been talking to Adam on Twitter lately, like myself. He does all these drawings and stuff, and you used to have been having a conversation. But he actually put up a post when Evil of the Daleks was announced, right? And B&M actually went in and responded to him because he was saying that, be it when Evil of the Daleks, B&M, if you do some figures, you will wipe the floor clean, like basically you will make a shit ton of money. And they actually responded back and they said they'd look into it. So, Evil of the Daleks, as we know, is coming out. I tell you something, if they did stuff based off that, I tell you, Ian, but there does seem to be more of a focus on the classic era with all of the licensees right now. It's very telling, though, isn't it, that none of the new stuff. Now, BBC America has announced that next year, though, there is current era merchandise being sold over there, but it's not being sold in the UK, this side of the water, but it is being sold in in the US. It's not going to sell. It's not going to sell over there either. And I know that country is very woke right now, but it's not even going to sell over there because the problem is that Chris Chibnall's writing is boring, right? The whole thing is just disjointed. He doesn't know how the character develop, as we know. Poor Doctor is very poorly written. And the rest of the character, as I said, the character development is very poor. I don't see this selling. I don't even know. BBC Studios or BBC America do, though, Ian, seem to be pushing this era quite a lot in all their posts. Why haven't they dealt with the fact that it's over? Well, why can't they?
They're trying to, the old saying, flog a dead horse.
Well, you
I
can't.
mean, a friend of mine summed it up. I said to him when he was here, he's seen the stuff I've got, like the recent stuff, and I said, "Isn't it telling that they're releasing stuff from the William Hartnell era and not Jodie Whittaker's?" And he said that should, flags should be raised at BBC for that. Alarm bells should be sounding.
Mm.
And it's to say that people more are going to buy the classic era stuff. Now, as for Evil of the Daleks, now what they've been doing since last year, they've been re-releasing all the classic Daleks, 2 per set.
Yeah.
So this year it should be in order. So it should be Power of the Daleks, Evil of the Daleks. But I reckon they skipped Evil of the Daleks currently and went to Day of the Daleks, went ahead because there's no difference really between the Daleks. They were silver and blue in power and silver and blue in evil. Apart from one had the black dome as the Emperor Guard Dalek. So it's just going to be 2 standard Daleks. I can see why they might delay it, or they might have held it back for that Blu-ray release, or DVD. But I don't think so. I think it's just because Daleks are the same, so it's just a pick up a bit. People are going to get something different.
Oh, we got someone in there called the Legend of the Traveling Tardis, and he goes, "Ian, he must be a fan of yours."
They're good guys.
How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Ian has been on a few times before, but it has been a while since we had him on. And I'm sorry about the sound issues on my end. There does seem to be a bit of an issue there, but I hope you can hear me well enough that we can continue this. But we are going to get into happy stuff because, that's what we're here for. And I've only got Ian for another 20 minutes, so I want to make the most of the time that we have. So, Ian, without further ado, would you like to show everybody the little surprises?
Now, as you know,
Ian reviews reviews some Doctor Who merchandise. He has a channel and he does reviews on his channel. So PD Rich has thrown the channel, Ian's channel up there. So go and subscribe to his channel first of all. But Ian, you do have, obviously everybody knows about it now, but you've had these for how long?
Sorry, say that again. Didn't catch you, Noel. No, I've lost you, Noel.
I was saying the current oh.
Nope, you broke up again. I got current merchandise, and that was all I heard. Nope.
Oh,
you're back.
Okay, do you just want to show everybody what you have?
All right. Well, this is the brand new set from Character Options. It's a Character Options exclusive, online only, based on the 1967 story The Abominable Snowman, and it's the second Doctor's TARDIS and the second Doctor figure. And I'll just tell you the fact, it's only just been released, but I've had this since April, and I had to keep it quiet since then. So there you go. It's absolutely amazing because the phone panel for that season 5, for some reason the BBC put it on the wrong side, and they've replicated it there. I shall bring it in so you can see just how battered and weathered it is, which it was in the series. But look at this. Figure. Of course, there's no backdrop, but I tend to just put it in. Just 2 doors inside. And just press a button down. There's a button there. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of there, and I just press that. Mind out. Hang on. That releases that door, and that one you just put in. That is the second Doctor's TARDIS. They've gone to a lot of trouble. They've not just re-released fourth Doctor's TARDIS, which is kind of used the mould of. They've even taken off the door handle, because you didn't have one, and moved the lock further down. It's much more accurate, and it is absolutely brilliant. And yesterday, there was such a demand for it, the website crashed. And it comes with an exclusive figure as well. Hang on a second, let's put that down. Second Doctor in his fur coat from that story. And as you can see, look. Now this is different than the way he appeared in the Five Doctors. The fur coat was a lot different. They had planned to release the second Doctor in his fur coat from the Five Doctors many years ago. I think it was going to be a Toys R Us exclusive, but it never happened. You can look online, you can still see the picture of the figure. It was never released. But yeah, you've got the second Doctor here in his fur coat from the Abominable Snowman, which is really good to have. And like I say, a story that is 54 years old, and we're getting action figures from it. I don't think any other show of that old, apart from specialist companies, make stuff from episodes that old. I have to give a shout out to the man himself, Al Dewar, who is director of one of the directors of Character Options. He is a big classic Who fan, and he's done us proud by bringing this out. I mean, I know a lot of people are super excited about this, and it's just a nice addition. I mean, look at that lovely, battered, weathered-looking TARDIS. Look at that. And it's still there on their website. It's $39.99. You might think that's a lot. Let me put that in context. Last time a classic electronic TARDIS was released was about 10 years ago. They cost £34.99. So really, it's only gone up like a fiver. Secondly, I know some have criticised for the price because they're comparing it to Jodie Whittaker's. Someone told me. Now hers cost $24.99. That was on general release. Like Character did it, Argos did it, and other places sold it. That's why it was cheaper. And this is they've done a lot of work on it. It's not just a simple re-release. This would have had to make a whole new coat for this, not just a repaint of the Second Doctor. I can understand that price. Yes, I know it's a lot, but unfortunately, there's already people trying to flog it on eBay. I have seen. I'll just tell you. Hold on, folks. I'll just go and because I got a message from a chap I chat to. I'll just tell you how much someone was trying to sell the Second Doctor figure for. Just 2 shirts. Yeah. So as I told you, this costs $39.99, and of course you get the figure. Someone trying to sell his own for £34.99.
Why so expensive?
Well, this I don't know why. Someone's just trying to cash in on it. Yes. I mean, as I said to you.
No, I mean, why the set being 34 quid and not like the normal low prices that they normally do? Why have they decided to do it for 34 quid? Is it because of the electronic TARDIS?
If you look above my head, and you can just about see. So if you can make out, I'm not going to get up. I'm going to be lazy. See. If you can see the Fifth Doctor up there, and you can see the Fifth Doctor there. Their TARDISes are non-electronic. That one is dead. They haven't released a classic electronic one in 10 years. And then they were only available through in the States Underground Toys or in the UK Forbidden Planet. But someone charging $34.99 for a figure is a rip-off. Some people said, "Oh, I don't want the TARDIS, I want the figure." I said to them,
"See, this is the thing that happens. I was going to say, whoever's releasing these not make sure that it's sold one per person instead of the scalpers going in as they do buy them by a bulk, and then they put them on eBay, and then they're selling them for maybe 2-3 times the price.
I know what you're saying.
What they originally are.
I can answer that in a way. P&M don't, because for them, pilot high, sell it cheap. So the more people that want to go in and buy a whole peripheral, which some people have done, they don't care because they've sold them. And Character, I would think, can be similar options. That they can't. I don't know how they could police it. Do something on prevent you buying two. I don't know how you would do that. Like only 2 per customer. I don't know how you would do that. they're not going to have time to go and check. Oh, right, this Mr. Bloggs of London has got 5. He can't have them. I don't know. They just know that someone's ordered that and they're just sending them out. I don't think they're that bothered. I don't mind. I said this about the B&M stuff. If you buy, say, 2 sets and you sell 1, that's fine. We all need to make a few extra pennies now and again. When you buy 10 sets and then start flocking, that's not fair because you're depriving others. Because B&M are very erratic with the way they stock stuff. One store might have all the sets in. You go to another store down the road and they've probably got none. You can't exactly pick up the phone and ask them because, to be honest, they don't answer the phones. If you ask them in the store, they probably haven't got a clue what you're on about. So it's just a matter of checking them, picking up the stores. But I agree with you. I wish they would do something like that, a limit on them. But as far as they're concerned, I'm sure they've solved it, and that's all that matters. Yeah, 34.99, free 3-day postage. Get it by Saturday the 24th. Absolutely idiot if you were to pay that much money for an action figure. Absolute bananas. Anyway, give you another look. Tardis time asks, have they done the first Doctor, Susan, and Ian and Barbara as a set? Answer to that, no. Have yet to do them. There is supposed to be a first Doctor's TARDIS to come this year, but that was leaked. But that would be later in the year. I'll try and give you the landing sound, hopefully. No, where's that button? And that is that set. So, yeah, if you're a fan of that sort of stuff, get that. And I'm just going to show you another figure. I put this on Twitter last night. I know you've seen this, Noam. I know, confess, you might think I'm mad because I've had this figurine for a few years now. I think since 2019. And I thought it looked good, but I never paid attention until last night. I want to show everybody this. There's a figurine. If I can get down, not knocking the house down. Yeah. This is the 5th Doctor. By Eagle Moss. And I must show this to you. Hopefully I can give you a close-up. Let me bring it. Yep. I wonder if I put on a light. Hang on. It's getting dark in here. Let me put on the light. Might make things better. Right. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I want you to look at this one face. I wonder if I give it some additional light. Hang on, everybody. Talk. I just make some light around. No, not going to work. You should be able to see it. Sorry. Where's it gone through? Right now. is awful. And then look at the jumper. Look at this paint, how the jumper is painted.
It's ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
That's as I said in the comments. That's one ugly face on Peter Davison.
I know. Well, here's a story about Eagle Moss. Now, I used a guy called London Concrete, that's his new Twitter name. Works for them and stuff. When they did the set based on Castrovalva, which was Fifth Doctor in the Fourth Doctor's clothes, Tegan is an Adric. I put a comment on it. I forget what I said. Adric looks like somebody, whoever. Next minute, I know he's unfollowed me. I thought, what? They take criticism. No, you got to take criticism to improve. I thought,
there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism.
I didn't say all of them are shit because this is why I don't buy them. I mean, I bought this from Holyhead, actually, a collector's store, which is in North Wales, for those not in the UK. North Wales. Look. And then if you look at the certificate, look at that jumper for the painting. Look at that. Now, I know you've got some of these. This is why I prefer the action figures, because overall, I'll say 95% of them in recent years, the painting has been great. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Always that's some of the factory fault. But, the painting is usually great. The detail and everything, like you've seen on that Tardis there.
Yeah.
Actually, if the Tales of the Travelling Tardis around, they should get this now, I think, for their promotion. Show this as their Tardis now. I just don't understand why people just can't say, oh, well, it's not very good. Each to their opinions.
Well, I mean, if you're paying money as a customer, right, and if it's not up to the standard that it should be, you have every right to criticise. Eagle Moss, as someone said, Eagle Moss are very hit and miss, right? But let's be honest, there's been too many misses from them. You're given time to do these things, but yet when you throw them out, they don't even look like the people that they are. It's not that hard to make plastic things look like the person that they are nowadays.
I know. I have to comment there. A couple of comments there. The Thin King looks like Jason Connery. That's an insult to Jason Connery. I don't know what he looks like now, but when he was like in Vengeance and Varos, he looked hot. You must have just. I mean, they have done some nice ones. I'm not going to pick it out, but they've made a nice Tardis, Tardis exterior. It's a nice one. But that chap, I forget his name, the one you said I've been talking to on Twitter, he was saying about, I didn't realise this, the consoles they've done are very badly painted. I've got a couple of them. I've got Omega, I've got a Draconian. They're all right. Avros looked awful. Ice Warrior, the modern Ice Warrior looked fine. But that's why I don't buy them, because just hit and miss. And then if you're getting them on subscription, well, you never know what you're going to get. I'm going to show you one more that you have to see. I insist on it. Yep. That can go up there. But I always thought he looked like, the character in Carrie the Mask. So this is Davros. New Who Davros. But
hold on, I'll big screen you there.
Look at that mouth. Just look at that state of that. That was one of their early ones. Look. Now, I don't ever remember seeing Davros's teeth yellow. He must be smoking a hell of a lot there.
Not only that, even the way the hands are sculpted is very bad. It looks like they melted the plastic or something.
I don't know. It was made of resin. I mean, the skirt is fine. That's what it's known as. But yeah, it's sloppy. I mean, another friend of mine has a course. I'm not Eagle Moss, Eagle Dross. Now, he's got Daleks from Timelord Victorious last year, and they look good. I've seen them, and they look good. But as you can see now, there's what you call overspray on that, where you can see the silver has gone over onto the skirt, and the black See if you can see there.
Yeah.
I remember when they did Matt Smith. God, it didn't look anything like him. It looked awful.
Oh.
This is,
But here's the thing: they know fans will buy them.
yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. Well, I suppose they're. I'm just trying to check something. Give me a minute. Yeah, just checking on the big devils. I mean, yeah. Well, I suppose it must be cheap for them to make because they're churning out so many. What I don't get is, I got the new series, new season 24 box set. You know, the booklet, and then there's a leaflet. You know, advertising BBC Doctor Who stuff. And they're also promoting Eagle Moss. And I don't know why the BBC are promoting Eagle Moss so much. Why aren't they promoting the classic? Well, I suppose they can't promote B&M stuff because that would be given to be advertising B&M. Should like promote some of the TARDIS figures, or should be promoting, you really think about it, Jodie Whittaker action figures. They don't.
Yeah, look, we've seen the photos of the Jodie Whittaker figures. Even some of them don't even look like her as well, but they're not selling. They're not selling.
Give a round of applause to this real super. The likeness to Pertwee in models in the past was never great until character made the figures. Yeah, I mean, Pertwee's face is really good because I know what Al has said to me. Use digital sculpting. I know sometimes they can be a bit off, like the female companions. Jo Grant and Louise James, Leela, I've never felt were that great. You know, overall, they are really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, doctors are great. I mean, I think their William Hartnell is really great. There is a Sea Devil TARDIS Time Master released twice many years ago in the string vest version, not the Warriors of the Deep version. I was only saying to someone last night, they only did B&M exclusive set with, say, DeLoreans from the classic series and say come from Warriors of the Deep. Why don't the BBC just withdraw the license to Eagle Moss? Because they're probably selling well.
Well, let's be honest, they can't really afford to do that now. Classic 80s fanboy. Maybe 10 years ago they could have if they wanted to, but they definitely can't now because they're not making money. So they're just Eagle Moss are throwing stuff out there, and whether it's good quality or not, you know, as Ian said, they know fans are going to buy them. Especially if they're a special edition or a limited edition, fans are going to pick them up because they'll want to have them. You know what I mean?
I just thought I'd grab him because I just put that TARDIS back. Someone was talking about Pertwee, Retro Dickie, the Third Doctor. I'm just, as we were talking about the likeness a minute ago, look at that.
That looks like Pertwee.
Yeah. I mean, look, the sonic screwdriver as well.
Hold on, I'll remove me, make you bigger.
I know it's difficult to see via the camera because it looks a bit washed out. But yeah, you know, the likenesses are really superb. The Third Doctor, I do look rather fine there. Yes, you do.
I have to be honest, that's a good one there, yeah. Ian, you did say that you had to leave at 8:30. I'm just reminding you anyway that it is 8:30.
Yes, it's time because I've got an appointment in half an hour. I'm having, shall we say, I'm getting my hair cut without leaving the home.
Ah, nice one.
That makes me feel like I'm in a home. I'm not in a home, folks. Don't think I'm in a home yet.
No, what you mean is you get who's doing your hair for you? Is it
my neighbour?
Barber?
My neighbour's a barber. My new neighbour's a barber.
Oh, fantastic! So you've got that's brilliant. Your barber's your neighbour, so you.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! I love it. I love it, man.
And he did a great job last time. Yeah. I can give you a few more minutes because I just thought for those not seen it, I'll quickly show you just behind me a few of the other doctors just to show you how good they are. If that's all right with you, Noel?
Yeah, that's grand. Walk away. That's what you're here for, man. We love seeing this stuff.
I showed you part where you think happen.
It's been well. I see. I love your Daleks. You see these Dalek folks in the background there. Look at all these Daleks there. And they deadly.
Um, it's three of them anyway, at least. And I've got to take her down as well because Jack's really good. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start with one that came out last year, one of my favourite companions.
Right.
Is
Listen,
Romana 2.
just before you finish there, we'll get Ian on again, right? Because this stream has been a bit all over the place with sound, and I don't think
Yeah.
it's justified. So I will get Ian on again, folks, as soon as he has time, and we'll do this again. But Ian, go ahead anyway. I'll remove myself there,
So
and you can.
you probably, hopefully, you lot have seen Destiny of the Daleks and Romana 2's first episode. We finally last year got Romana 2 from that story. There, look at her. Complete with the scarf as well. And that is just brilliant to have her. Next up, I'm going to start with. Oops, his head is a bit loose. Doesn't fit on this peg, but this is an older version. This is one of the early Fourth Doctor releases. That's just a bit of blue tack to help him on the foot to stay on the shelf. That's still a good release, though. I mean, they went on to improve that. I must show you the season 18 one, his last one. I will get one out here because you've got to see this. Next up, we have the Fifth Doctor, Davison. And this is a nice one. This is the one that was released last year with the Tardis based on the Visitation. And I think this is a very nice one. It was released before years ago, but they improved on it. They did the painting a lot better. Now compare that to that Eagle Moss one I showed you a few moments back. Just look at that. This time, Gareth has been released. May be able to show that to you if it's a hand. I think it is in the cabinet. Next one we have, based on his appearance in Terror of the Vervoids, the Sixth Doctor. In his coat of many colours. The hat isn't removable TARDIS time. When it was released, you got two heads, one with a hat, one with no hat, so you can swap them over. Now, character have said they won't re-release any Sixth Doctor because it's so expensive to release this with all the colours. Now, I said Fourth Doctor shall get, and someone asked about Scareth. If you got any other requests, get them in right this second because I'm going to the cabinet. The cabinet of Rassilon. It's like Christmas when Ian's on. I like that.
So yeah, what he's asking is if there's anything that because he is a two-time world record holder, so more than likely he probably has it. So if there's something that you've always wanted to see, a figure, toy, or whatever it is related to Doctor Who, you've never seen it before and you'd like to see it, this is your opportunity. So get in there, get anybody.
Well, I get what I said because Scareth and that figure, so I'll just go and find it. And Scareth, where are you? I know you're around somewhere. Ah, there you are. Oh. Oh, where I put it? Ah, there it is. Right. I'll start with just this one. This is Tom Baker. No Eldrad. No, they've not done yet Eldrad. Would be good though. This is the Fourth Doctor from his final season, season 18, which is one of my favourite outfits of his. And you see, it's quite a good likeness.
Nice.
And the burgundy coat. Hyper rare now, this one. It's been released a couple of times. And now, Noel, have you seen City of Death?
I have. We're doing classic watch along, so we watched them all, man.
Right, so here you go. There he is. Gareth.
Haha, that's deadly looking.
And I don't know where it is. I don't know if I can see it to hand. It comes with two heads. It comes with the human head as well.
By the way, someone is claiming, and you'll be able to actually dismiss this. So apparently, I won't say who it is, but it's someone that's very active as a Whitaker supporter. But they said that Not My Doctors are claiming again for the 762nd time that Jodie Whittaker has no true fans. We'll forget about that part. That's not true. Her doctor has millions of fans around the world. The funny thing is if people said this about my other doctor, but they did write something like this. Yeah, the Doctor Who magazine argument doesn't work because the sale figures show the magazine sells more when Jodie is actively on the cover. Fans want more Jodie content, lol. That's not true at all.
No.
That is a falsehood, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because
Ian?
it was Tom Spilsbury, the former editor of Doctor Magazine, said when she is on the cover, sales go down.
Yeah,
So
it
you can
is.
go and argue, you can call it everything we like, but he was the editor, so he should know. And there's no reason to lie because, you know, he worked for the magazine, he deals with the BBC, so there's no reason to make that up. So,
But again, I'd say to these people, you keep calling fans of this era not my doctors. There
I
is
know,
no
I'm
such
not-
thing as a not my doctor. There might be 3 or 4 of them still around, but not my doctor was disbanded after what happened was with every hashtag radicalized section of the fans latched onto it. The rest of us decided not to use that hashtag, but you still continue to call us fans, including Ian, not my doctor.
Yeah. Well, I say this to them. Yeah, Cody's not my doctor. Tom is my doctor.
Yeah.
So some might be Peter, some might be Colin, some might be David. Anyway, I'll just show you this other thing from the City of Death set. It won't. I'd have to show you another time in the dark. Look, you recognise that, don't you?
Yeah, Mona Lisa.
Now, what you can do is with one of the Sonics I've got, you can shine it on this, and it lights up. Remember what the doctor wrote on the canvas? This is a fake.
No way.
Yep. I'll have to show it to you another time in the dark, but I will.
No, yeah, you can. As I said, we'll bring you on again, man, because it's been a while since I had you on. I do really enjoy these.
Well, hopefully the next time, if we wait a few weeks, the B&M stuff will be out, and I will confess, I have it already.
But you're not allowed to show it.
No, I'm not, and I give my word. But once it's released, I can tell you all about it, and I can show you. And put it this way, classic fans are not going to be disappointed.
Right.
Put it this way, to me, there's another.
When this stream is over, me and you backstage, you can give me a sneak peek.
There's one unsung hero, I think. He doesn't look for praise. He's a guy that makes them Altua. You know, he puts a lot of effort in. I mean, he would have gone into production age ago. For example, last year we got the Fourth Doctor in his tartan outfit from the Zygons.
Yeah.
They were making that one. I mean, he showed me an image of that, just an image of that in December 19. So, you know, they're well ahead. So next year's stuff. And also, the fact that they're selling well, B&M still want to do them.
Yeah.
And the fact that B&M expanding their stores can only bode well for fans because the more stores, the easier to find stuff. So, I mean, as I said, Hartnell stuff we didn't think we would get. But a while back, there was no demand for it because it did say the BBC and Character Options did a poll, and the black and white era stuff wasn't that requested. Times have changed. And so it's,
even if there was an uptake on new merch sales, right? It'd only be those fans going out and buying it now because They think by buying all of this merch somehow going to make BBC change their mind and give Jodie a bigger contract. She is gone, folks. She's not coming back. So even you buying the merch now is not going to help. So, you know, these falsehoods that they're all coming out with, merchandise sales are up and all of this. And now people, if you put Jodie on the cover, the sales go up. Well, if that's the case, we would have put her on the Doctor Who annual. It's very
Well,
disingenuous.
I can tell you this, and I've seen this with my own eyes, so it's not secret thing. Now you know him, Noel, on Twitter. Bradley Dare, isn't it?
Say that again?
Bradley. I think it's Bradley Dare. His name is.
Mm.
He follows you and he tweets you as well.
Yeah,
He
Bradley,
showed me
yeah.
a post last year. Series 10, season 10 of Who? No, season 8. Sorry, I apologise. That's John Pertwee's second season. The Blu-ray box set was riding high in the chart, whereas series whatever it was 12 was going down drastically, and that was statistics. That was from not say Sainsbury's supermarket or WH Smith. That was from the official DVD sales of the whatever month, and yeah, the classic series was outselling. And of course, a fact from this year, it was on BritBox, the most requested program to watch. All the stuff they've got on there between the BBC and ITV was none other than Classic Who, more than anything else.
Of course it is. Listen, I was using BritBox for a while because Lee was able to give me his account and I was able to watch it over here before the new rules about the internet came over here. Now I can't watch it anymore. But I was watching Doctor Who on BritBox, and to be honest with you, you could tell that it was being watched because sometimes the video would buffer, which means that there was lots of people on BritBox watching. And I'm not surprised that Doctor Who is probably the most popular thing on it. It's because look at whether they like it or not, Doctor Who is an institution. Well, it was. It touched a lot of people. It affected a lot of people in a good way. It had a positive impact on people's lives, like yourself, Ian, like me. You know, I was pretty a shy guy back in the day. You know, shows like Doctor Who made me come out of my shell and gave me confidence. So I owe a lot to Doctor Who. It is sad to see the way it is, but look, you know, it won't be all doom and gloom. Hopefully, in the next few years, we might get something decent. But listen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on again.
Yeah, mustache, as they say. Listen, nice to chat to see everybody around.
That's it.
We'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. I've got a dash now.
He's got a dash, but listen, as he said, he'll be back in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll do this all over again and stuff.
Take
Right,
care now.
you can go ahead, go on. I'll wait for that. I'll wait like everybody else for the exclusive. I'll because I know you got to get your hair cut. So you can go ahead. We'll put your channel up in your social medias and all for you.
Much
okay?
appreciated. Take care. See you all. Bye.
Right, that was Ian. Absolutely fantastic. It's always great to have him on, I have to be honest. So as is, we've already arranged it there. So in a couple of weeks' time, he will be back. And he has, obviously there's going to be new stuff announced, but he already has it. But he's not allowed to show it. But in 2 weeks' time, he will be allowed. So I will let you know when it gets closer to the time, and hopefully there are no more issues with the sound. But that's absolutely fantastic. Listen, we used to get Ian on all the time, used to break up when we did the watch-alongs and stuff, something else for you to enjoy. I know you guys love having him on, looking at his merchandise and stuff like that. The guy has an impressive collection, I have to be honest. You know, and he always puts a smile on my face. So thank you, Ian. Absolutely fantastic stuff, I have to say. And I didn't really get to hear the Tardis sounds myself because I had a lot of technical difficulties. So I'll have to go back and watch this stream myself. I'll have to watch myself, so just so I can hear the Tardis sound and stuff like that. But I'm glad the rest of you did, and the rest of you enjoyed it. And listen, I'm going to set it up now. Hopefully, there are no more technical difficulties, but we do have a movie watch along to do. So if you want to join me for that, you're more than welcome. I'm actually setting it up right now as we speak. Right now, as we speak. So just give us a second to crack in time. The movie's on. There we go. And it's John Carpenter's The Thing. So if you want to join us, you're more than welcome. Of course, there's no obligation to do so. I know some of you aren't fans of the movie Zone, but you know it's a good movie, and I wouldn't mind you our company tonight, to be quite honest with you guys. So if you would like to join me, I would really appreciate it. To be quite honest, you know, spend some time with our friends. There you go. Right, why isn't it let me I don't know if you can still hear me now. Right. Can you all still hear me? Yeah. Right. So what I'm going to do now is the stream is set up. So if one of me moderators could actually go on to my YouTube channel, the stream is there. It's up. If you could put it in the live chat here so people can go directly over, that'll be absolutely fantastic. But listen, Ian, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And guys, I just want to say as well, thank you for the support over the last couple of days. This is now our 8th live stream in 3 days. We are now going for our 9th for the movie stream. So join us. As I said, I was going to up the content. If you haven't checked out me Loki reviews with Cheryl, please do. As I said, you know, my advice to you guys is if you're going to be, don't be listening to streamers when it comes to Loki. Go and check it out yourselves and make up your own mind. I'd say that about all other shows as well. We seem to be getting into this situation where people are listening to streamers first without checking out these shows for themselves. And remember, some streamers out there are going to have an agenda. Some streamers out there are going to have biases because they don't like a certain company. So as I said, check these things out for yourself. Retro Dicky says, bye everybody. Thanks, Noel, and take care. Retro, you're more than welcome to join us for the movie stream if you like. Myself, Alpha Omega, and Super Doctor are going to be there. It's the thing. You're more than welcome, mate. You do know that. So you can join us if you like. For the rest of you, thank you again. We will see you soon. I hope you did enjoy that, technical issues and all. I can't believe you didn't really get to hear me, but I say that was a blessing in disguise, to be quite honest. But listen, you've all been great. I love you all. Thank you for the continued support. And I'll see you over on the movie stream, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know if Sliders is happening this Thursday. I don't know if Alpha is off. If he is, we'll have Sliders. If not, I'll do some. I'm thinking of, because Alpha can do these. I think it's every second week or whatever the work rotation is. On the Thursdays that he can't do it, I was thinking of starting up Torchwood watch-alongs, or maybe Orville watch-alongs. Do you know what I'll do, guys? I'll put another poll on YouTube later on, and let me know, would you like me while the weeks that I'm not doing Sliders with Alpha, if you would like me to do Torchwood watch-alongs, or would you like me to do Orville watch-alongs? Let me know. Either way, I'll do any of them. As I said, we're going to be doing different content on this channel. As you can see, I've kind of jazzed up the channel a bit as well. So you have your playlist there now. When you go into the main channel now, it has the newer playlist there instead of all the old ones. So go and check them out. John says, John, sure, I'll talk to you the movie stream if you're joining us tonight. You can tell me backstage. Right, I'm going to go now for definite because we do start the other stream now in a second. So I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you for joining me. Ian, thanks again. Absolute pleasure having you on. And we will see you all in 2 weeks' time when we have Ian on again for the classic merch. See you, folks. Have a good one.